Ah, geez. I have absolutely no idea what that would be all about, but I tell you what, they pounded that thing like they don't want to go anywhere. But what's interesting, so you see these big heavy nail tie things, whatever, over here. I don't know if nature did this or humans did this, and just like this human's gonna leave it here. It's just sitting on top of this rock. It must have been here for a minute because it's got some rust staining onto the rock, but only on that side, not over here. So I don't know if it's how long it's really been there. It's still kind of funny. I'm gonna leave it that way. I don't know what those are. They kind of familiar. Here's a closer shot of those really interesting maroon flowers. I don't know if this is what it does or if it still's opening up or what. It's certainly interesting. They all kind of go together because they're one of those little basket kind of flower things. I have no idea if that's what they're called, but I'm calling it a basket flower because it looks like it's holding a basket. So anyways, the main goal of the day, I guess I should get to. Try that again. So the main goal is between this tree and that tree, clear all this up to make a parking area. I probably will not get that all done today, but I don't know. It's only 9 in the morning. It's just a lot of weird down stuff in the way. It's all rotty. It's going to be slower to move. When it's all together and like, solid, you can just move the whole chunk. The other stuff, I don't have a wheelbarrow. I might have to figure out how to use a tarp to just drag it. It'll be great. I think having a little bit of a knife in the shot's kind of cool if we do that. Yeah, that's the stuff. Oh shit. Didn't know now I dropped my gloves. It's bad. They're supposed to be on my hands, in my pocket, or on my hip. Yeah. It's not good to lose things out here. Aha! That's your little friend. Luckily it's kind of partly cloudy again today. Whew, so we're getting kind of there. I want to still leave the berm, for rain and erosion purposes, so I want to soften this without getting rid of it. It's only 10:30 and it's getting a little hot for me. A little cleaning up left to do, don't get me wrong, but she's out of there. Almost have a parking place. I like to take this. I've used these a couple times before. Doesn't take much water. Oh, actually they have them in a packet now. Oh, see, the one I had was loose. material. This actually has a, I don't know how well you can see it, but it's actually inside of a mesh thing. Alright, so what I like to do, instead of putting it in the thing, which I guess you still can now that they have that problem taken care of, wrap it like this. And then they usually come with a little cardboard thing, but you could use really whatever. Just slide it into. The ground's not cold, but usually if you're like outside in cold ground, you want to find something to put it on, so it'll help boost the heat. And actually, you know what? I'm going to put it on something that has a lid on it, so if it does boil over, I don't get any grossness in my food. I don't have much food. All right, try to get this in the camera zone, maybe. But sometimes I'll leave in steam and stuff, so I gotta make sure I have a little. Oh, here, keep an eye on that. Yeah, it's just that easy. Kind of hanging chit-chatty, hoping we'll see some steam or something. You definitely can't feel the heat. It's really weird, like this side is so hot, and you can actually feel the cold on that side. Let me set this a little bit. I find if, yeah, like angling it so that the way the heat kind of goes up or around or whatever, I know it sounds silly, that sometimes can make a difference. It's been another couple minutes. It's top piece, evidently the way I wrapped. It's not, it's like a body temperature. Back here where I was holding it, it's pretty warm. Not crazy hot, because obviously I keep holding on to it, but it's not bad. I'm hungry, so let's see what we got. Cats and dogs go meowing rough. It smells like something. I understand why some of them they have tear this way and some tear that way. It seems like, again, this one would be nice to tear it that way. Whatever. Oh, God. There we go. All right, so everything in my mouth is confused right now. Because it's rubbery, but yet falls apart. It almost has a meat-like texture, but not quite. The flavor is very lightly smoky, very lightly mapley, very mildly porky, but like all independent flavors. If that makes any sense. It's hard to explain. All in all, is it edible? Yeah, I'll eat it. Am I enjoying it? I'm hungry. That helps. I don't know how well you can hear the crows. Kind of weird. They have these massive crows, or perhaps they're ravens. I'm not really sure which is what and how you can tell the difference. And I haven't heard them at all until recently. And now, fairly chatty. Weird. That was surprisingly decent. There was a lot of weird liquidness at the bottom. I guess I should have showed you, but it's just gross. I debated about, like, maybe there's a lot of calories in that. I should eat that. And then I was like, that's fun, gross. So I do have other food. This is hibiscus, blueberries, and cherries. This is crystallized ginger. What crackers I have left. One kind of spicy trail mix. One sweet and spicy trail mix. What I have left of apricots, as you can tell, like apricots, coconut, and pineapple, all dried up. These are like hunter sausages. I don't have any of those left. Beef jerky, black pepper kind. That's my jarred food, as I call it. As you probably noticed, I have black tape around them so they don't clang into each other too much and break. And if they do break, then hopefully it doesn't make a huge, scary glass mess everywhere. The food would still be screwed. In my bag, it's hard to see when I get out everywhere. I do have a handful of other odds and ends, some things like. There you go. Honey barbecue tuna, which I thought when I bought this was the chicken packets. This sounds a little odd for tuna, but you know what? It'll be great. Rando shit. There's actually an abandoned place we'll investigate more over there. Actually, it's not too bad now. Actually, what I came out here for, let's find a chair. Our closest neighbors do have one laying out, but it's like theirs, and I could put a bad one up, not a big deal. That just feels weird. And I knew there was some trash randomly out here. And to me, this is saying this is shit. This is no one's. And I am spying some chairs back there. All right. back seems oddly bent. Well, it's supposed to be that way, I'm not sure. Got some paracord I might use to beef this up too. It'll be great. You can kind of see. I obviously doubled this rope back on itself. That way I can just simply pull this through. And the strap here is below, so it'll go above. On this one, that one, so on and so forth. And yes, this won't be quite as comfortable as the strapping, which is funny. I have it's actually not it's cotton web strap that I didn't bring. I usually keep it in my rig bag, and I was like, it just takes up weight and space. I'm not going to need it. So it came in handy for this. But paracord will work. I have enough here to keep my butt comfy, and this will give fortification so my butt don't fall through. The chair now. And yeah, I cheated a little bit. I only have 2 uprights on them, but with how strong paracord is and the fact that it was free and it's working just fine, and I'll probably only have it for about a year, happy with it. More than happy with it. Didn't even make any scary noises. The frame's kind of kerfunky. It's split there at the top, at the bottom on purpose. I think there was a mechanism that went in between that broke. It was fine. But if you see up ahead, looks like, well, this is someone here. Kind of. Lovely lady Linda, that met us when we came here, which she didn't mean to. It just happened that way. She came out to ask us if we needed help, and she was very, very kind, and then started kind of walking us around what's around our property. This is kind of abandoned, from what I understand. There was an older gentleman that bought all this, and the way she said it, his hope was to make a military historical museum here. No one comes to this island. Maybe that was going to be the big pull. I don't know. Kind of strange. Anyways, so he was prepping the spot, and I don't know how much he owns, because from what I understand, the lot sizes are similar. The 35, 125. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, he passed away, unfortunately. That's what happens in life. And he left all this behind. Like, this is lifter exhaust kind of things for maybe that tractor I'll get to here in a second. You look underneath here. That's a welder. So I don't know why he brought an old welder up here. But yeah, that's what that is. And a bunch of propane tanks. But these ones are usually designed for like fork trucks and stuff like that. So you use them in like buildings. They don't kill everyone. Anyways, very basic size trailer. Like, to me, this is the minimum a person would need to live in. And I don't know for a fact if he lives here or not, but the one thing that makes me think he may have is, look at the size of his pig. This dude had propane for days. And he doesn't seem to have any other way to heat the place. And I mean, if you're going to heat propane in the winters are very long. I bet you a pig this big was cooking and everything else will keep you alive in the winter. I don't know if that was his goal. I have no idea. And obviously there's this ginormous red truck. I think it's a Ford. I mean, it's seen better days. The tires, oddly, on the rear at least, look fairly decent. Kind of interesting. Inside, and all you can see is just an old litter or lift or whatever for the military. This is an old Ford, I thought so. And he's got the old pickup truck back for your trailer, which is also a Dodge, being towed by a Dodge, which is actually pretty cool. Dodge. I like it. I'm sure it probably isn't run or anything, even the way they wedged it back here. Larry the Cable Guy. So I'm not sure when he purchased this and when all this went down, but this has been sitting here for a minute. Actually, the hood's kind of popped. Anyways, I don't really want to do much. Give me some tetanus. So yeah, he has all this stuff here. He passed away, and it's not like no one knows about it. I guess he has some children, and they're aware of the property that he has, and they're doing nothing with it. So I got to do some research at some point in time to see how to find these things for back taxes. I'll grab it. Look at this old John Deere, all rigged up to push and plow. And the crazier thing about how simplistic these are, even though it's a hell of a dinger, I bet you put, oh God, look at the steering wheel on this thing. That's a little play, to it. That's pretty cool. I actually seen one of these in the back of his truck. Evidently the man liked this kind of tea, and I like how he used it as a little patch for his exhaust. That's great. So yeah, I don't know. And usually when you purchase a property that's been abandoned like this, all the stuff comes with it. And I think some people would look at this as a nightmare. I think it's pretty dope. Like, I'd love to get this thing running and help clear more of this land. Don't know what I would do with the truck. The bus, actually, I would turn into like a storage type thing, similar thing with the truck, which actually the truck, I might actually turn into something you could live in. I might have to do more looky-loo and figure all that out. I don't mean live in, like turn into a real house. There's a whole thing about domiciles versus structures you can stay and sleep in and whatnot. More like that. The camper itself, I don't know. That depends how bad it is inside. And then of course the pig, that's the big draw. So I figure from how wide this is going, he's probably got about 3 lots at least. Yeah. I got over to ask Marie to bring me another memory card. Okay, so I really can't make out a lot of what's in here, and I don't want to climb too much more and get hurt than what we got going on here. From what I don't know, I thought this was a mechanical lathe for like metals and stuff, the way that handle is, but I'm not really sure anymore. I thought this was a shop. I don't know what the hell this is connected to, this wood piece for some weirdness. A ginormous like 12 by 18 chunket. I don't know what that cage thing would be for. And this is an old belt motor, or at least it was driven by a belt motor, but that looks, oh no, this mechanism of motorisms goes to whatever the hell this thing is. Not a clue, but I tell you what, this is one industrial piece of iron. Without getting deeper into the truck, that's all we're really gonna see. I want to say that the lady said that he had passed away about 15 years ago, something like that. Evidently it was at the height of Larry the Cable Guy's success. And while I'm doing the local relics, I should take the time to talk about this bus. Don't know a ton about the bus. Once again, just stuff the local said. And unfortunately, now the one guy that owns it, he just has it packed with shit. Which is fine, it's his bus, practically once. He did do the research on it, and this bus was originally from Detroit. So it made a way. Alright, I'm not 100% sure on the age of this bus. Looking at the design and the shape of everything, I'm going to say it's probably late 1940s, 1950s era. I think. Don't really know for sure. Has the Bluebird emblemish here from a scene, but I thought I seen Ford on it. I don't know if they worked together at some point in time. So that's the most I know about the bus. How it got here, and the original owners of the bus that brought it up here, anyways, not so much the company that ran the bus. Oddly, the dude that this was my neighbor's like a brother-in-law knew a little bit about. I mean, it's really cool. I'm almost tempted to see if I could buy this slot with this bus on it and try to make this bus work. Not in the sense of be a bus again, but as in a place to stay again. It would need a lot of sheet metal stamping and a lot of riveting, but I'd love to try it. Anyways, I'm way off tangent. So, yeah, the bus was obviously brought here to be lived in. Here's your propane tank setup. Here's where your stove jack was. And here's what's really wild is, I guess, a couple brought it up here in the 80s. They didn't say much about the lady. I guess they would come up here all the time after the bus was established, just on Harleys. They weren't really so much a part of a biker gang, but they carry themselves very much like biker type people. And rumor has it that his name, his part was, well, what I was told, I guess rumor has it, his name was Jungle Johnny. And Jungle Johnny came up here for a very specific reason, to grow weed. How true this is, I don't know, but I tell you what, the way the soil is and how this almost acts like natural hydroponics, this would probably grow some pretty bitchin' weed. So that's pretty much all I know about the bus as it stands. It still has the engine in it, probably doesn't run. Fuses and stuff, steering wheel, and it's really, really cool. Even the gas tanks from really Petoskey, if I can talk. So it's like very quintessentially Michigan, you know, it's really cool. But yeah, that's all I know about the bus. It was Jungle Johnny's, and him and his old lady came up here to live in it and grow weed.